Hi besties, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day. For today's video, I'm filming my sleeked bun tutorial. I've had a few requests for this over the past few weeks since I've been wearing it a lot over on my Instagram and even in my YouTube videos. So all the products that I use that I can find will be linked down below, but it's honestly really easy. Let me know in the comments if you guys try this and how it worked out for you. Let's talk about supplies. The star of the show is the Ouai matte pomade. I got this back in December and I have barely made a dent in it. It seriously lasts so long and a little goes a long way. So I'll show you guys exactly what I do. But it smells amazing. You guys know I'm a sucker for the Ouai. Yeah, I just get this at Sephora. Next up, I just use these two, I guess one brush and one comb. So I just use this comb that I got when I worked with Kaposi, the hair brand. I just use this to like part my hair and really perfect everything and brush it down. And then I go in with this Quo Beauty, I think this is a bristle brush, I'm not too sure. I watched a few videos on how to do it like last month and a lot of people said that they use this, so I just picked one up from Shoppers Drug Mart. I'll try to find something similar linked down below from like Amazon or even Sephora. Next, you're going to need a little spray bottle. This is only if your hair is dry. You could totally like wet your hair in the shower, maybe not wash it, but just get it wet so it's easy to brush back. My biggest tip honestly is to do this on like day 2, 3, 4, on like one of the last days that you're washing your hair, because the pomade does make your hair like really stiff and you will need to wash it the next day. Unless you just really want to do this with clean hair, you can totally do that too, but you will most likely need to wash it the next day. You're going to need some hair ties. I just have these like all hair type hair ties from their brand Quo as well. I got them at Shoppers Drug Mart. I just used 2 because I don't really have a lot of hair. It's pretty fine, so I don't need a lot of support. And then optional is a hair clip. This one I just have from Shop Holly. I'll have it linked down below, but depending on what look you're going for, I'll touch on it more when we get to that part, but this is optional. So I guess we can just get right into it. I have a mirror here, so if I keep looking down there, that's why. Firstly, you're going to use a spray bottle. Obviously, this is if you are doing it with dry hair, but I just find using the spray bottle or doing this on wet hair makes it a lot easier to brush everything down. So what you're gonna do is just literally spray your head with water. This is gonna make it a lot easier to get your middle part and also to brush everything back. Gonna brush everything back and then I'm going to spray again. Okay, it's probably good. This is when I like to go in and do my part. I just find parting your hair is like easier with wet hair too. I honestly have a really hard time finding my middle part. I'm not very good at it. This is probably where the pick comes in, but I just use this brush. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's usually what I work with. Now that I have the middle part, I'm just going to spray it even more because the pomade works better when like your hair is pretty wet. I think that's good. So I'm going in with this bristled brush right now and I'm just going to brush everything down to really press the baby hairs down and everything and to define that part even more. Now it's time for the pony, so I'm gonna get one on hand. I usually just stick it in my mouth and I'm going to really brush all the baby hairs back. There's a few different ways. Okay, if it doesn't work, there's a few different ways you can do this. You can like brush down and then some people like to brush up like this. It just depends on like what your hairline is and what you like best. Going in with more water. I kind of like to go down a bit because I have like a weird hairline right here. Not that I'm balding, I've just always had my hairline like that. So I just brush down, but like I said, it's totally up to what you like, and you're gonna want to try to do this pretty tight and be really precise with it because it will be staying like that all day. You're gonna go under and then also just like go in with your hands and like press everything down. You're gonna need to like add water as you go. Then do it all again. Once you have the front nice. I kind of like to go back near the back. So as you can see, it's like brushed down to the side here, but then at the back, I like to brush it back so that there's only like a small section of my part showing. That makes sense. So the part like stops here and then I brush back the rest. Again, this is all a personal preference, what you like better on your head. And then once you have everything sleeked back to the best of your ability, I usually just do it around here, and then you're going to tie the elastic around. This you're going to want to do pretty tight because it needs to stay in all day and really hold your hair back in place. So that's usually as tight as I can go, and I obviously can't see the back, but from what I'm feeling, it is usually pretty smooth, and especially under here feels fine. That's the first part. Now we're going in with the Ouai matte pomade. As I mentioned, a little goes a long way, so I just dip my finger in, and you don't need that much, probably about like that much. It's better to go in with a little bit at first. You can always build it up, but I find if you do a lot at first, it just like clumps at the front and then you can't go back from that. It's always easier to add more. Take my fingers and rub everything together. This warms up the product. It makes it a lot easier to spread it through your hair. That's probably good. So we're just gonna literally press down and really get all those baby hairs. I do have quite a few, and this really sticks them down. It's very satisfying. You guys know I have bangs too, and this pomade holds everything down. It's incredible. Okay, so I usually like to do the front first, and as I said, it's easier to go in with more after, so I usually do that a few times in different sections around my head. So we're gonna take a little bit more, rub it together, and now I'm going to go in on the sides here. So we're gonna do this side. Just press everything down and like really go all the way back to the pony too. I'm gonna take a little bit more, not too much, just like the smallest amount. And we're going to go around the ears now. It's really important to pull all of that back. All right, and the last section that we're going to do is kind of like the back area. Rub it together, and now we're going to get all the baby hairs at the back. After that, I usually just like rub in the leftover and just go over the front again, to really press everything down. Just kind of get the excess product off. I'm gonna go wash my hands, but I'll be back. I'm back. I forgot to include this in the supplies that we need, but last thing you're gonna do is go in with hairspray. I just have this Pureology Lock It Down hairspray. So like that, brush down. Brush down. And get it at the back too. That's usually what I do. I don't do it that much just because the pomade already does a pretty good job. The hairspray just really is a safety net. So that is pretty much it for the pony. From here, this is where you have a few different options. You can leave it like this in a low pony. If you have thicker hair, you can add another ponytail. You could also go into the bun. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'll show you the first option with a clip, like the one I showed earlier. So literally just twist your hair like you're doing a little ballerina bun, wrap it around, and then go in with the clip and clip your hair like that. I do have thin hair, so this will stay all day, and if you have more hair, you'll obviously need to use a bigger clip. But today I'm going to do a low bun, so I'm just going to have the other elastic on hand, and I'm going to do the same thing. Twist everything. Oh, sometimes it takes a few tries. And and then literally just tie the hair around. I usually go around 3 times. That's what works for my ponytail. Sometimes I'll go in with more hairspray at the back to lock everything in, but that's pretty much it. Super easy, and obviously it took me a while because I'm talking to you guys, but typically this takes me no more than 5 minutes. It's really fast. I know I look like a literal egg, but I love it. I think it is so cute. My boyfriend always makes fun of me when I do this hair, but I don't care. I think it is super cute. Obviously the bun doesn't turn out perfect every single time. It's hard to see, but if it stays, that's all that matters in my opinion. I'll do kind of like a 360 to show you guys. That's that. Definitely let me know in the comments if you try this out, and let me know how it went for you. This is, like, my opinion, going to be the hairstyle of the summer. I've just been seeing it everywhere and it is so easy to recreate. I will have all the products that I talked about linked in the description box if you guys are interested in picking them up and trying this out for yourself. Subscribe if you're new, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in a few days. Bye.